Hey everybody, my name is Jess Euler, and I'm a double diamond leader with It Works Global. Um, and I just wanted to do a video. I've had something just weighing on my heart um, lately that I just really felt like I needed to share. Excuse me. And it's mostly about the journey of me stepping out of my comfort zone in order to make this business work for me. Um, I have always been so incredibly shy. And when you think of somebody that's shy, I was worse than that. Like, it's been such a journey for me. And I know what you're thinking. You just hopped on a video and, started talking and you seem fine. Number one, this is take number three. And I still get shy, but I've been able to manage it a lot better through the help of this business in such a short period of time. I mean, I've been doing this for about 2.5 years now, and a little under. And I have grown more as a person than anyone will ever know. Okay, so when I was growing up, that shyness started from the very beginning. I was the type of little girl that if a stranger looked at me and, smiled at me and said hello, I would cry. I did not like that. I did not like the attention. I didn't want it. I was fine by myself. Going through school, I was the type of girl that sat in the back of the classroom with my head down, hoping and praying that no one would notice me and that I could just make it through school and through life and with no one noticing me. And I was okay with that. Um, I had a few friends. I had a few best friends, but never more than that. Like, I didn't have people that I would just hang out with and, make good friends with and everything. I just really was okay by myself. So when I got married and had my daughter, I was okay with staying home. I was okay with being by myself. I was content. I sat home with her. I didn't have friends. I didn't do anything. I didn't have really a hobby. There wasn't much going on. And honestly, I was content with that. I was content with living out the rest of my life being a lowly stay at home mom and, just making it through. Well, in October of 2013, I had no clue how much that would change my life. I started talking online to a woman named Kara Murphy, and I was just asking her about if she had any stay-at-home job opportunities. I had tried a million things working online, um, but I never could make it work for me because I wasn't willing to get out of my comfort zone. And she told me that she felt like I really needed to do this. And I was like, who are you? You know, this is not me. You don't know me. I am not that person. That's not going to work. And I thought about it and I thought more about it. And I got a prompting and a feeling that I needed to do this. So I said, okay, I will do this. My goal is to make an extra $100 to $200 a month, maybe $300 if I can, so that I can supplement my husband's income and so that maybe we can do a few more things as a family. And so I started, and I took the leap of faith, and I pretty much figured that I would make my $99 back and then quit. Um, and I completed my first goal. I talked to a couple of family members and got them to order, and I got those first 2 customers. My first goal was getting 4. So I started reaching out and hiding behind my social media. I was on Facebook and I started sending out messages to people, which was completely just, my anxiety was through the roof trying to talk to these people. Um, and if I got a no or someone that didn't want to hear about it, I had to find a way to delete that message because I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle the rejection. And I made it through and I figured it out and I accomplished that first goal. And little did I know that I was growing inside of myself. I was growing to become a more confident, powerful person. Little did I know that that person was inside me all along, and I had been ignoring it. Well, I started along and I had no intention of signing anyone underneath me because I am not a leader. I am a follower. I That's not me. I am not somebody who tells you how to do things and what to do, and I just let you do it your own way and I will sit back and watch. That's the type of person I was. And I had a friend from high school ask me about it and ask if she could come over to my house, which was, it's hard for me to have people over to my house. So I let her come over and I showed her my starter kit and I showed her a little bit about what I was doing, and she went home and signed up. And if I hadn't have got over that fear of having somebody over to my house and that fear of being a leader, even though I knew I had so much help, she wouldn't be here with me today, and she wouldn't be a diamond leader in my business. Going double. That wouldn't have happened. A little while later, as I was accomplishing these goals and pushing myself to do more and more and more and more things to get out of my comfort zone for my kids, I decided to make lead boxes. Okay, so I made them, I sat down, I made them, I took them to a salon, and they told me no. And I just, okay. So I went back home, and I didn't go out for a while. I got up the guts to do it again, and I went to a salon near my house, and I drove up right up in the front, and I sat in my car, and I sat there. And I couldn't pull myself to do it. I couldn't push myself out of my car and go into that salon. And so I went home. And I went back the next day and I did the same thing. And on the third day in a row, I decided to just pull myself together and fake it till I make it and walk into that salon. And I said, hey, this is just a little coupon box for my business. Is it okay if I leave it here? And they said, yeah, sure, whatever. And so I left it there. And I was, little small victories. And I went home. And a week later, I went to go pick it up. And I walked in and picked up my lead box quickly as I could, took it home, opened it. And I was so discouraged to see one name. One person. I worked that hard for one name. I got out of my comfort zone for one person who's probably not even going to order. Okay. At least I accomplished it. And so I was too scared to call her, too scared to text her, too scared to find her on Facebook. So I sent her an email. And she emailed me right back and said she wanted to try a wrap. Okay, so I invited her over to my house. Terrified. I brought her up to my master bathroom. I had no clue how to do this. And I wrapped her. And I gave her some samples, and I talked to her for a few minutes, and I faked it. And she went home, and she ordered. And guess what? That girl is now a diamond leader on my team, going for so much more. And she stared at me at this last conference, and she said, I'm so glad that you got out of your comfort zone, and I'm so glad that you walked into that salon no matter how hard it was, because that action changed my life. I am where I am because of that moment. Because I found out about this company and about how much it would change my life. Wow, I did that? I'm that person? That's not me. Um, and I started to feel really, really good about myself after that. And I kept going and I kept going and I reached diamond in 6 months. And I reached double diamond about a year after that. A year and a half into this business, and I was a double diamond leader. And I went to an OTOM, sitting in the back of the room next to my team by myself, terrified to go any higher than that because I might have to go back up on stage or go up on stage. And so I'm just sitting there and being okay with where I was at. And my leader, Kara Murphy, called me up onto that stage. She just, instead of me telling all about this, I would like Jessica Euler Double Diamond to come up here and tell you about it. Whoa! I was terrified. I was so terrified. And I started bawling before I even got up there. And I went up there and I talked about how I knew I was never going to be a leader, and look at me now. And I shook and I was freaking out and I couldn't talk and I looked crazy, and I did it. And I realized how much faith she had in me that I didn't have in myself. I was a double diamond leader. I knew that, I hadn't got here on luck. I hadn't got here because somebody just helped me out a lot. I got here because I worked. But it was difficult for me to feel that and be that leader that I thought I wasn't. So I stole that belief from Kara. I stole that belief from other people that believed in me, and I kept pushing and moving forward. And I became a leader. I became somebody that I wanted to be, that I had inside me, but I just didn't know it. And this person is coming out more and more and more every single day. And guess what? I get to change lives. As I was thinking about the girls who sat there in my face and told me that I had changed their life because of the one time that I got out of my comfort zone, I then started thinking about all the times that I was too scared and I didn't do it. And I started thinking about, how many people could have been here and said, you changed my life, but I was too scared. But I was being selfish because I was worrying about me and my insecurities and my anxieties, and I was, letting somebody else miss out on something that would truly change their lives. And that really got into my head. And since then, I've been pushing myself. Is it easy? No, it's still difficult for me. It's difficult for me to make videos. It's difficult for me to chat on the phone. It's hard for me to go up to somebody in public and hand them a Blitz card and talk to them about the raps. It's difficult. But I do it because I realize that this is more than me. This is bigger than me. This is about changing lives. This is about more than just the skinny wraps. This is about more than the money. Because I tell people all the time, the money is incredible and it has given me so much freedom to do the things that I want to do. But I would do this without the money. Because of how free it has made me feel in myself. And this different person that I have become and evolved and shaped into over the last 2.5 years. And at conference, we were told to get over ourselves. Get over yourself. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's a process. You can't just become this amazing leader in one day. But you need to get over yourself and make it happen anyway. And that's the biggest thing I've learned from this company. And guess what? Now I have a whole bunch of friends who are more like family to me. I have so many people around me that support and love me. I am a confident person. I love who I am right now, and I love that I am evolving and changing into more. And I'm ready to help everyone else get to that point because it's truly changed my life in more ways than one. Friendship, fun, and freedom means so much to me. I have gained friendships. I didn't think I could do that. I have had more fun and wrote more things on my dream board than I ever thought were possible. And the freedom is in more than one way. I've had freedom in debt, freedom from debt, freedom of, from self-doubt. And, my self-esteem was nothing. And I feel good about myself right now. I feel good about the person staring back at me in the mirror. And it's a process, but you'll get there. As long as you get over yourself and realize that this is bigger than you. Look at your why, mine is my kids and my husband, and realize that this is bigger than you. This is about them. And you better believe that I will never go to my kids or to my team and say, I'm sorry, I can't do this, you're just not worth it. That will never happen. And so I am in it for life. I will be here for life. All right, you guys, I hope that you got something out of this. And, feel free to message me anytime.